Les Arcs may not have the international recognition of its nearby neighbours, but don't be fooled. This resort is well known by the locals. The summit nudges past 3,000 metres and there's a solid 200 kilometres of trails. There are multiple village base areas across Les Arcs and Valenry, plus a tram across to Le Plan or a funiculaire up from Bourg Saint-Maurice, providing an abundance of accommodation options.
Les Arcs has terrain to suit skiers of all abilities, although the extent of blue and red trails will have confident beginners and intermediates adventuring all over the resort. There are some challenging black trails for advanced skiers and a few enticing off-piste zones for the brave. Les Arcs welcomes international guests without fanfare and you'll feel like a local within days.
The best way to get to Les Arcs is taking the train to Bourg Saint-Maurice, then the funiculaire up to Arc 1600. If you are staying in any of the other villages, there are free transfer buses from Arc 1600.
There are trains from Paris, Lyon, London, Amsterdam, Brussels through to Bourg Saint-Maurice. For international travellers wanting to travel by car, Les Arcs is roughly 2.5 hours from Lyon and Genève airports. If you're staying on mountain, a car is not needed.
Les Arcs is a big spread-out resort accessed by multiple villages. Arc 1600 is where it all started and is the hub between the other base areas. It's kept its charm and is a fairly compact village. Arc 1800 is a larger base area bringing together 4 hillside villages. Arc 1900 is a compact village targeting high-end clientele, and Arc 2000 just above is perched on the hillside. For a quieter vibe away from the bustle of the main bases, consider Valenry and Plan-Pacey.
There are many on-mountain food options across the resort. The OB and the nursery are elevated with spectacular views from above 2,500 metres. Latte Port is a calm cafe mid-mountain, while the Sweet Madness has several food options, and outside gets the après ski rolling early afternoon, where it lives up to its name. There are restaurants and bars across all the base villages, and Bourg Saint-Maurice is a short funicular ride down the hill for any essentials you may need. There are outdoor picnic places at the top of some lifts like Archibald, while the top of Valandry has an indoor area. All are busy during holidays.
Let's get to the skiing. The mix of blue and red trails spread across the resort is great for beginners, intermediates, and families. For the beginner, there are green trails at each of the Arc base areas providing gentle slopes to learn the basics. Plan-Pacey and Valenry have their beginner zones on the upper slopes, making for better snow conditions, similar to Arc 2000. On this side, trails like Forêt and Renault provide gentle blues for beginners graduating from the learning area.
On the lower slopes of Arc 1800, Chantal is good for those starting out, while further up the slopes, Arpet provides a calmer route down. Arc 1600 has Belvedere, a well-trafficked traverse, or Mont Blanc for more confident beginners. Over the ridge, the slopes provide 2 enjoyable blues and Col de la Chale and Plan Vert for beginners, and Edelweiss for more confident skiers.
For young kids, there are adventure zones across the resort. Piste Amour is a bit subdued. Piste Minis has some great little features for the kiddos, while Forêt de Pichon provides a mix of features to entertain all ages.
Intermediate skiers will find fun in challenging trails all across the resort. Tep and Planier provide great warm-up trails, while Grand Col and Arendelier have some steeper, more challenging sections. They both get a fair bit of traffic, so can get scraped off by mid-morning. Luck is a short, punchy red, great if you're still building confidence, while Secret is a long red, great for carving turns and escaping the weather.
Across the ridge, Aurore and Clocheret provide short, rolling reds. For longer reds great for laying down carving turns, Golf, Grand Malais and Riche will have you racking up some solid stats. The tree-lined trails and reduced traffic on Valenry, like Belette and Ours, are the most similar to North American slopes we've skied in Europe.
Les Arcs has some long, challenging black trails to level up advanced skiers. Due to snow conditions and time constraints, we were not able to venture up to Anguille Rouge. But we did scratch our way down Bois de Luce, hoping the northerly aspect would provide for better snow conditions. When conditions are good, there are some enticing off-piste and tree skiing areas.
For aerial acrobats, Les Arcs has Snow Park with a range of small, medium and large features, plus a dedicated T-bar lift, making it easy to rinse. If you're after some group entertainment, the 2 border cross courses are a bit of fun, with small rollers and some banked turns.
A few things to be aware of for Les Arcs. The snow on the lower slopes of Arc 1600, 1800 and Valandry gets very warm and soft by early afternoon. Expect mini mobiles from all the traffic on the approaches to the lifts. Likewise, the slopes off Anguille Rouge and Grand Col bask in the sun. The altitude helps retain the snow, but expect freeze-thaw conditions.
The snow on the trails with a northerly aspect tends to hold up well. In the morning, expect queues on the Transarc, Mont Blanc and Verret lifts, while the Pre-Saint-Esprit and Archibald are busy from mid-morning until après-ski gets going. Derby and Arpet also had times with massive queues, although we were there during the February midterm break.
It's also worth noting the changeover days of Saturday and Sunday are a lot quieter on mountain. The resort even offers discounts to skiers on these days. The different aspects and elevations of the resort provide places to hide from the weather. If the wind is blowing, pick your valley and lap a lift. When it's snowing, staying on the lower slopes might allow a full day of fun.
On a clear day, Anguille Rouge and Grand Col are worth the journey for the views and the trails. This is a big resort, and returning to your lodging can take multiple lifts if you are on the far side of the resort. If you get caught out late afternoon, just ride the shuttle back and remove the stress or the risk of a fatigue-induced injury.
The villages at Les Arcs provide a variety of lodging options to suit most budgets, and their separation gives each village their own vibe. The villages and resort have grown together, so ski in, ski out, or easy access to the slopes is well considered. Arc 2000 and 1950 provides some upmarket options. Arc 1600 is where it all began and it has the Club Med. Arc 1800 is the biggest base area and has a strong après-ski vibe.
Valenry and Planpacy are reasonably large villages, and they also provide quick access across to Le Plan. There are additional options like Villa Roger, but it takes a few lift rides to get to the resort proper. Plus, it is possible to stay down in Bourg Saint-Maurice and ride the funiculaire up to the resort. If you are touring in a camper van, there is a campsite in Lanry on the bus route up to Valenry.
In our opinion, Les Arcs provides a well-rounded ski experience. The terrain will suit beginner and intermediate skiers, but there's sufficient technical terrain to keep advanced skiers entertained. The separate base villages and express lift spread visitors out and reduces early morning congestion.
Getting to Les Arcs is relatively easy, and it has managed to retain a local charm. Les Arcs provides a quintessential French Alps ski resort experience with friendly locals at prices that won't burn a hole in your pocket. Check out our trail and lift videos to get the most out of your visit to Les Arcs.